What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. One of the things that immediately stands out is how much effort went into making the world feel alive again, especially if you've been playing for a while and remember previous seasonal events. Everything feels intentionally placed to give you that sense of stepping into something special instead of just another routine update. One of the things that immediately stands out is a brand new Lunar Path called the Path of the Shred. It's got a skater vibe that's actually kind of fun, packed with cosmetic rewards and a mix of free and premium tiers. So players who like to customize their look, customize their look, and collect unique items will find plenty to chase. The fairgrounds are also rearranged a bit for the festivities, and Magi treasure chests have returned with new spawn spots across the event area, which is a nice little nudge for exploration if you've been sticking close to home. It encourages you to slow down and wander again instead of fast traveling everywhere and ignoring the details. And honestly, that's one of the things Palia does best when it leans into these events. The update also introduces a new ranch animal called the Roli. It's got an armadillo-ish charm and can dig up things like salt and a rarer pink salt, which opens up some new small economy loops for crafters and collectors. The Roli is appearing in the event as one of the new creatures you can add to your barn or ranch via event bundles and premium store options. So if you're into animal husbandry, this patch gives you a little extra to think about when decorating and building your animal spaces. It's another small layer of depth that makes your homestead feel more alive instead of just being a pretty backdrop. If you're someone who enjoys community goals, there's a timed event called Rith's Super Bowl that's running for a limited window. It's set up as a community cooking event with shared milestones where everyone's contributions help unlock rewards. This event ties into the festival themes and adds a playful cooperative element where the world itself kind of feels like it's working toward a common goal. Even if you're more of a solo player, it's still nice knowing that what you're doing is contributing to something bigger, even in a small way. Now, a hot topic change that's already sparking conversation. The Hot Pot minigame at the fairgrounds received a targeted tweak for the Lunar New Year version. Instead of ending when the deck runs out, discarded cards will reshuffle back into the deck so matches can continue, and matches will auto-end after 10 minutes if no one finds 3 sets. That's specifically for the Lunar New Year Hot Pot. The underground Hot Pot is unchanged for now, which is a smart move to let the community test the new flow without upending the more established minigame meta. The devs explained the change as an attempt to reduce exploitative playstyles that removed decision-making from the minigame and to encourage more active engagement. So expect to see players debating whether this made matches more fun or just longer. There are also a bunch of quality-of-life tweaks that are easy to miss if you just glance at the list. The water tower is now craftable or acquirable as a one-time gatherable with an associated recipe, which matters more than you might think if you're chasing certain crafting setups or aesthetic builds. There are login location changes as well. Logging out in private spaces will now return you to that space's entrance on login instead of dropping you into odd spots. Little touches like this add up and make daily routines smoother. The patch also brings new quick chat phrases and several housing and decor adjustments so placement behaves more predictably in tricky nested areas. On the premium and cosmetic side, the store was updated with new outfits and skins. Mounts and gliders, tool skins, tints, and the Year of the Riffrock themed nameplates and decorations all make an appearance. There are a few new tints and a shiny poster and wallpaper set that fits the Lunar New Year aesthetic, and the Roli itself shows up in the premium shop in several color variants. If you're into collecting aesthetics, this patch is the kind of thing that rewards small, deliberate purchases for looks rather than power, which fits really well with the overall tone of the game. No patch is complete without fixes, and this one addresses a solid number of bugs. Condensed examples include issues with rummaged goodies bags sometimes being empty, trufflet production rates being misaligned, and several UI oddities fixed across the fairgrounds and housing menus. There are also fixes around NPC interactions and templating anomalies. But the patch notes are careful to list known issues too, like certain room wallpaper problems on Switch or placement quirks for some roof-mounted decor. So it's worth keeping expectations realistic when you're working on big builds. It's also worth mentioning Twitch drops and the bundle possibilities connected to the event. The developers have tied a few drops to streams and included Twitch drop rewards that add an extra layer for players who want to chase event items by watching partnered streams. That's a neat way to blend community activity with in-game incentives without forcing anyone into a monetized path. And it keeps the wider community connected even outside the game itself. What I appreciate about this patch is that it's intentionally social and cosmetic forward. The Lunar Path, the community cooking event, and the fairgrounds updates all designed for people to gather and share small moments rather than push hardcore progression. There are balance and flow changes too, but they're mostly targeted, fixes for exploitative minigame behaviors, quality of life changes in housing and login behavior, and the steady stream of cosmetic content that keeps each season feeling fresh. The patch notes are long and thoughtful, and they signal that the devs are experimenting carefully with systems by limiting certain changes to event versions first and paying close attention to player feedback. So yeah, the update is heavy on atmosphere and community features, with a handful of mechanical and UI adjustments that keep the game running a bit smoother. You'll find new items to collect, new community-driven goals to chip away at, a new critter to add to your roster if that's your thing, and some targeted minigame changes that will probably be the topic of a few spirited conversations. If you're heading into the Valley this week, there's a warm little set of things to do that don't demand marathon sessions. Just chances to explore the event content, grab a few themed decorations, and play around with the Lunar Path rewards while enjoying the seasonal vibe that Palia does so well.